Hi there, my name's Emma and I'm from Engineered Well Pilates. And today I'm going to show you an exercise called spine stretch forward. Now spine stretch forward is one of my little pet peeve exercises, but it's one of those exercises that's really hard to master, and people I think always try to kind of go to those later stages of the exercises too early on before they've really felt the connections that are needed for the exercise. So I'm going to show you some of the sort of initial stages of it so that you can really build that strong foundation through it. It's one of those exercises that I feel it's kind of hard to verbally cue it. You almost need somebody there to really prod you where you need to be prodded, and to kind of manhandle you into the position. So let's see how we get on with it. I will show you a couple of variations as well if you've got tight hamstrings, for example, like I do. It's really nice to be sat up on something like a little bolster. So from here you're going to come and you're going to sit facing the end of your mat. Your legs are out long in front of you and your feet are pulling back towards you. So you've got this strong sense of reaching the heels away along your mat. Now you're going to sit up as tall as you can. You're trying to lift out of the pelvis. So essentially we're trying to separate our rib cage from our hips. Now what can happen here is if you're tight, you might find that you can't sit up tall, that you've kind of got this like round through the lower back before you even begin, or you're feeling it in the hips, or you can't straighten the legs. If you feel any of those things, you're going to grab a little cushion and you're going to sit on it. And you're going to sit yourself on the front edge. So you're not kind of all the way back. You just want to get into a position where you feel you can lengthen the legs, you can lift up out of the hips, make space through the hips. And if you're even lifted and you're struggling, then you're going to soften the knee. Or if you don't have a cushion and you're struggling, then you're going to soften the knee. So all I really care about is how much you can get up out of this back. So imagine I'm here and I'm hoiking you out, I'm lifting you out of the pelvis. So now from here, you're going to bring your arms up. Well, actually, let's start with them palm over palm. So fingers over fingers, and you're pressing them down into the floor. Now, the more you press these hands down into the floor, sometimes you can push away through the spine and you can find extra lift. So kind of use your hands to get that lift, and now take your hands away without losing it. So it's like your spine has just grown, it's lengthened up a wall, and it's not going to go back down the wall, it's going to keep going up because we want to get taller. So now we're going to bring our arms in front of us. Watch that the shoulders don't come up by the ears or kind of round forward. So you're going to anchor these arms down the back of the body. And from here, the spine is going to fire up towards the ceiling, and then it's going to round over, like we're coming over a barbed wire or a massive nettle bush, and you don't want to get any of those nettles on you. So you want to really hollow yourself away from the nettles. So we're going to lift the spine up, and now we're going to nod the chin in, and we're going to exhale as we keep firing the spine upwards, and we round forward, and we pull back so deep through these upper ribs, so deep through this belly, that we're scooping ourselves up and over these nettles. And we're going to grow up nice and tall. So what I often see is people thinking of this as a hinge movement. So for example, they come down towards the toes, or they round forward but they don't pull back through the ribs. So this bit's hanging heavy, they've not connected this upper part of the body, so they're missing out on this yummy stretch through the upper part of the spine. Or as we round forward, we sink back. So all of those are things that we're trying to avoid. So always have this sense of the spine lifting up your wall, and then it's going to keep lifting up that wall, and then it's going to round forwards. So you're reaching these heels, reaching these fingers, but you're pulling so deep through these ribs, and the scoop is lifting you up so that you can come over this nettle bush that gets taller and bushier with every single rep. The shoulders haven't crept forward, they're still anchored down, And then we're going to press these hands down against something so that we can grow taller as we come all the way up to the top. So that is your spine stretch forward. So if you were doing it on the floor, I do have tight hamstrings, so it's much harder for me to get the lift when I'm in this position. But again, I would press into that mat, I'd lift my spine up as tall as I can. I would imagine I've got somebody behind me, pushing me up, holding me up. And now as I reach forward, I'm going to lift up over this nettle bush, plugging my shoulders down, and I'm going to round forward. And I'm going to pull back so deep through my upper ribs, as I reach and I reach and I reach. And you can go further forward if you can keep pulling these ribs back and lifting. See, I'm starting to sink. I've got to lift up to round over, and then I'm going to come up tall. I'm behind you. I'm pushing you up here. I'm lifting you up here, and I'm helping you keep those ribs in. Give it a go. That's your spine stretch forward. One exercise, and I am hot from doing it. It's hard work if you do it correctly. So let me know how you get on in the comments below. And whilst you're here, check out my other videos and subscribe. So I do personalised Pilates videos for your needs. And I am Emma, Engineered Well Pilates, engineeredwellpilates.com. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.